Hey, good morning, YouTube. Well, we've been having a problem with we owners of these Walther PPKSs. We've been having problems with some of these guns. And what I mean by problems is if you look at the front sight, you can see that guess what? There really is nothing there. Got an orange back, but nothing in the front. That's a common problem. And unfortunately, it's one that I really don't like because I really do like my sights. I do like the indicator marks on there. So I do like to have that on there. Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to fix it. You've seen before on some of my AR videos, I use my wife's fingernail polish. Well, she's at work today and I went digging through her stuff and I found this really bright orange. I don't know what color it comes out on the video, but it's bright orange. So that ought to be awesome because what I'll do is I'll combine that with the orange on the rear, and I think it'll be a good sight picture. You just put a dot on top of the line and you're ready to go. Once again, if you look at the very front, let's see if I can get it close enough if it's going to be on there for you. You can see it's just missing. There's just like a hole there. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it out. Go ahead and make sure it's got a good base to adhere to. And go ahead and do a color fill. Basically, that's all it is, the color fill. Put in the orange nail polish. Go ahead and use some fingernail polish remover, some of these Q-tips, wipe it off, make sure it's all nice and clean and flat and level, and it'll be a good fix and it'll last for a long time because you don't have to worry about a bead or whatever getting knocked out because it's going to be flush with the surface. So just cleaning it, getting dirt out of it, that's it. So let me go ahead and start. What I'm going to do is put a little fingernail polish on the tip of the Q-tip. That way I can get it wet. Just dipped it in there, and what I want to do is make sure it's clean inside of there. Fingernail polish remover works pretty good because it's like paint remover, whatever. It'll remove all that junk that's in there, junk that's around. If you wanted to, I guess what you could do is put a piece of tape across the bottom so you don't get all paint everywhere you don't want to, but I don't think it's going to be that dirty. And this stuff dries pretty quick, so make sure I get it inside of there, clean out inside of there real good. I want to say it was a little dirty. And by dirt, I mean really like dust. That's about all that this gun has got. I haven't even shot in a full box of ammo through it, so it's just a closet clean right now. Go ahead and put this on top of there. Go ahead and do a little spitting on it. Help make sure it's good and dry in there, and it looks pretty good. Let me hit it up with a paper towel real quick just so I can get a good point in there. Make a little point, shove it inside of there. Make sure anything that's stuck, I don't see anything dirty on there, so that's good and clean. Actually, I can tell it is cleaner in there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell it's cleaner in there. That's good. I don't even know if I'm getting that in focus or not. But it's clean. So what I'm going to do is mix up this stuff. It is like a rattle can. You just got to shake it up. Make sure that, well, I hope it's supposed to be like that anyways. I don't know. I don't do much fingernail polish on my fingernails. So anyways, going to go ahead and I don't think she's used this in a while. Good, then she won't notice that I used it either. Get some excess off of there. Hey, come on, bub. Well, it looks like it should be a good match when it's all done. Very carefully, let me put a little dab of this stuff in there. Let me kind of get it in the video here. I don't mind getting it all over the sight blade. I just don't want to get it on the serrations of that upper, if you see it, or the side, I mean. But I definitely don't mind getting it in the, I want to fill up that hole as much as possible. This is going to be a process. What I mean by a process is that you got to put a couple coats on because it dries and it shrinks. It dries and it shrinks. And I want to fill up that whole indentation. So you can see right now it's pretty much not too bad. It'll be easy to wipe off. But I've kind of filled up the whole front sight blade. That that's not how I'm going to end up with it. It's just going to be a dot when I'm done. But if you look, it's actually a pretty decent match between the orange on the rear and orange on the front. It's a pretty decent match. When I opened it up, it had some stuff flake off. So if anybody's interested, because it looks like it's going to be a almost identical match, it's this brand. And, oh, I guess that's how you tell what it is. Zoya, I guess. PAZ-ZP477. So I guess that's the how you tell what it is. But I'm going to wipe out a little bit of excess, so that way I don't have as much to clean when I have to clean it. Yeah, it's looking fine. Just want to be kind of careful how I'm wiping it so I don't wipe it into any cracks. You can kind of get the idea of what it's going to be like. If you can see that, it's got a little bit of an orange dot on there starting already. And it does appear to be about the same color. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is put just a little bit more on there, because I didn't wipe it out, but it's just not really that dense in there. It's not it didn't fill in the hole. So I'm gonna put a little bit more in there. Maybe I won't wipe quite as much off, and that way I can put just like a dot on it, so you can see in the light. There you go. I just kind of turning the brush like that as I was doing it, so that way it helps get as much as possible in there. Trying to drag it through it, drag it over it. I asked my wife last night, I went, hey, you got any bright green nail polish? Yeah, and she was like, I'm not sure. So I didn't see any when I went through her stuff this morning. Like I was saying, I just kind of wiping off some of this excess. I'm gonna throw that away anyway. So yeah, let that dry, and come back to you. You can start to see, like I was saying, you can start to see how it's, that site is coming back in now. Yeah, there's a big glob on it. Don't worry, it's gonna be clean. But now you kind of get the idea of what I'm gonna do to fix it. So now that you see what I'm doing, I'm not gonna show you that I'm gonna fill it in another 3-4 times, whatever. However, till it's flat, that's basically all I'm doing, is I'm just trying to fill it in till it's level. Just a full fill. And now once that's done, I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to take some of the fingernail polish. I'll take another Q-tip that's clean, and what I'll do is I'll just kind of rub it on there, rub it across it, just to get all the excess off. That's all I'm trying to do, is get all the excess off. And yeah, like that there on the side, that little booger that stick up right there. I want to get that kind of stuff off, so that way it looks nice and clean. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll finish doing what I was doing this step a couple more times. When I'm done with this step a couple more times, what I'll do is go ahead and show you the end product. Okay, as you can see, it looks like it's a little bit cleaner over here. And what I've done now is I've put the fill in there, and I went ahead and used my fingernail after it dried to kind of like, push all the stuff off. Then I went ahead and used the Q-tip with the cleaner, like I told you before, and I went ahead and just wiped it, make sure that there was nothing left around the tip of it. I want to make sure that was clean looking. But actually, it looks pretty good. If I move this out of the way so you can kind of get a good sight picture on there and look down, you can see the dot. It shows up. It's easy to line up, and it works good. Now I don't have to worry about something getting knocked out of it, off of there, because if you look at it, it's indented just a little bit still. I ended up filling it 3 times, but as it dries and the moisture dries out of it, what ends up happening is that, of course it'll shrink a little bit. So, but as of right now, it looks pretty good. All right, man, thanks a lot for watching. Go ahead and rate and tell me what you think about it.